Hello everyone, this is Rabab Alma, licensed marriage and family therapist and international life coach. I will be speaking today about, or tonight, about my child is disrespectful. What should I do? Before I start, let me know where are you joining me from. I will be sharing this on my other pages while people are joining. Reem is watching. Thank you for watching. Again, the topic for today is my child is disrespectful. What should I do? Or sometimes the parent want the child to be just fixed. You know, they take them to therapy and they want them to be fixed. But actually, the problem most of the time, or a lot of times, is bigger and deeper than just fixing the child. So we need to address that, and I want to talk about it briefly today. Of course, I will not be able to cover everything, but I will be speaking a bit about it. And I want to point out that these lives are meant for general info only. They are not meant to replace any medical or professional treatment or help. So if you need to see a therapist, you may contact me or contact this therapist, a therapist in your area. But definitely this is for general info only. So again, let me know where are you joining me from. The topic again today is my child is disrespectful. What should I do? Can you fix him for me or her? So we want to address the issue of being disrespectful on the spectrum. Are they just rolling their eyes, or they are disregarding rules and calling people names and using aggression? We need to really know what they are doing, and we need to address that. We cannot just brush it and shove it under the rug. Amina is watching. Thank you for watching. We cannot just shove it under the rug and pretend that nothing is happening. You know, they're kids, this is what they do. We need actually to tackle it. We need to really manage it and deal with it before it gets really out of hand and out of control. So a disrespectful child needs to learn how they socially be appropriate and how to manage their anger, their feelings, and their frustration. Thank you, Reem. So this is extremely important, but also we want to look at ourselves and see if we are modeling that to them. And we cannot just, if a parent gets angry and just screams and yells in public, at home, spouses are screaming at each other, and then we expect the child to be respectful, then there is an issue. The child actually is learning from the environment around him or her. If the parents are always, the couple are always displaying hostility or criticism or silent treatment, whatever that is, and the children notice that, they will adapt this behavior. So we really need to be mindful of what's going on in the household. And we cannot just jump to conclusion and blame the child. Oh, they are just disrespectful and they are not behaving well, without really looking at ourselves and what we are modeling for them. If we are not modeling love, compassion, attention, kindness in the household, where the child is going to learn that from? He's not going to, or she's not going to learn that from the house. Then they're going to learn what we are teaching them. If it's hostility, if it's name calling, if it's whatever it is that we are displaying for them in the household, this is what they are going to get. So this is something that we need to pay attention to. Wait, thank you for watching. Hello. So I have a couple of points here that I need to point out. The first one is we want to ignore the seeking attention behavior. So for instance, if you are asking Adil, oh, thank you for watching. So if we are talking to our child about cleaning their room, or this is a very common thing about cleaning this room. Okay, and they roll their eyes. So thank you for listening. So if the child is rolling their eyes and they are disrespectful, but the issue that you are talking about is actually the room or the homework, stick with the homework. Thank you for watching. I can't read your name, it's in another language, but thank you for watching. So if they are not, if you are talking to your child about the room, or for instance, this to be cleaned, or the homework that they are not doing, and they're rolling their eyes and doing stuff, okay, you need to address rolling the eyes, but not at that moment. You need to stick to the topic, because they are, Amberine, thank you for watching, if they are trying to distract your attention from the main topic. So you need to stick to that topic, which is the homework or the room to be cleaned, and you need to be assertive and calm. I hear a lot of parents, like, they will be like screaming and yelling. They will scream, I told you 10 times, you're not listening. I told you quietly the first time, I said the second time, but then I have to scream. Well, he knows or she knows that you're gonna scream at the end, and they're testing you. So we need to be mindful of how we are managing our emotions. And well, if you are not really doing that, if you're not doing what I told you, give me your phone, I will shut down the internet, whatever you want to do, you know, but you're calm and in control. Once we start, when you said education, yeah, education and you know, and discipline and self-control. So when we as parents displaying self-control and calmness, then we are being a role model for them. So you talk to them about the homework, or about the cleaning the room, and they rolled their eyes, or they said some word that you are not happy with. You can stick to that topic at the moment, but then address rolling the eyes or name calling, whatever it is, later on when both of you are calm. So this should not be just shoved under the rug and it's okay and this is how they behave. No, it needs to be addressed. That, you know, it's not earlier when I asked you to clean your room, you rolled your eyes at me, and so was that because you are mad? Or is there a better way for you to express your anger? So when they roll their eyes and they name call, that means they are mad and angry. So you wanna teach them how to actually express their anger and emotions in a more effective manner. You want to tell them, I mean, would you like your friend to roll your eyes at you? Is it something that you would like to happen to you? Or would you like, is this something that you are okay with if your friend or someone you know does that to you? So you want to talk to them in a way that they understand. So you cannot, for instance, come and tell them, when I was your age, I wouldn't dare to tell my father or mother blah blah blah. It's not gonna work. This does not work. I never said no to my parent. You cannot compare. Comparison usually does not give good results. So you need to deal with it in the here and now, with the issue you have and with the generation you are dealing with, which is, this generation is different than your generation. Okay. Remember when you were younger? When we were younger, when our parents used to tell us, remember when I was a child, I didn't do this. Did that change anything? No, actually, I remember when this used to be said to us, I said, you will come up with all the scenarios within your head, because you cannot tell them. Back then we could not really say no or talk back. Yeah, but you did this, you didn't do that, and I remember your mother said this. You know, even if you're not telling your mom that or your father, but this is like playing in your head, and you're just dismissing what they're saying, you know. So you want to earn their respect and their trust. If you don't want them to dismiss you, you know what I mean, because you don't know what you're talking about. You just don't understand. This is a common word. You don't understand. You just don't understand. So when they tell you don't understand, know why they think you don't understand. Are you not understanding their lingo? They have their own lingo, these teenagers. Are you understanding their cultural context? Are you not understanding what's going on in their head? Are you understanding what is it that you're not understanding? It's our responsibility to understand as parents. Parenting is a hard work. It's a tough job. I don't know how people do it with a plenty of children. May God bless them. But it's hard work. You need to be mindful of what you say, what you portray, your emotions. You need to be supportive. You need to control your emotions. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be in tune to what they feel, what they say, to their non-verbal communication. It's hard work if you are really paying attention, if you really care about these details, because these details actually make or break that relationship. So the fact that all of this generation are disrespectful, all this generation are blah blah blah, that does not help. So you want to also use the rule of being positive. So instead of saying, if you don't finish your, if you don't clean your room, you're not going to go to the movies, you can use a more like positive way. If you clean your room, you're going to go to the movies. So use a positive tone. It's like there is a hope. Okay, instead of saying, if you don't do this, you're not going to do that. Halima is watching. Thank you for watching, Halima. Then you want to use some kind of, Noor Halabi is watching. Thank you for watching. So if you are not really using the positive statements, when you do your room, I'm going to take you to the movies, or you're going to see your friends. So it's better. Just imagine for yourself, if you're saying, if you do your homework, I'm going to take you to the movies, versus if you don't do your homework, you're going to go to the movies. Which one is more appealing? They both mean the same thing, but the way we communicate matters. So we need to pay attention to that. So when we say that, we teach our children to be polite and kind. Are we kind to our children? I mean, from our childhood experiences, Amal is watching. Thank you for watching, Amal. From our experiences, I mean, from what I hear from our own childhood, I don't know if kindness was portrayed in a good way. You know, some families, especially from certain cultures, they portray this double lives, if you will. It's like we're so nice and kind in front of people, and life is hell at home. So are we doing that? And what are we teaching our children? So we are kind and nice when someone calls on the phone, and when someone sees us at gatherings, we are so polite and so nice and the smile. But the minute we enter the house, okay, we are, I don't know, we are, the person changes like a devil or something. Like that person that I just saw greeting the neighbor with nice smile, beautiful non-verbal communication and verbal communication, comes home just huffing and buffing and saying all bad words, and then what is the child learning? What are we teaching the children? Are we teaching them just to be hypocrites, hypocrites? And you at home, you are just, you making the life hell, and outside you're just pretending that you're nice. And so this is something that really we need to pay attention to. Some parents will, especially sometimes when people are bilingual, so they come to me and my child told me this and this, and it's not in English. So did he learn that, or she learned that from school? No. So how come you as a parent, you allow yourself to call your child all these kind of names, and then he is or she not allowed to, because he is younger, smaller, shorter? You need to respect me. I am the father, I am the mother, I can say whatever. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Time has changed, and their treatment is mutual. If you are respectful, then they're gonna treat you with respect. If you don't, they are not gonna treat you. And who's responsible for that? Then they come and say, oh yeah, my child is doing disrespectful stuff and saying this, fix him. Most of the time, I want to work with the parent, because the child is just mirroring what's happening in the household. I mean, some parents will be like fighting in their bedroom, calling them each other all kind of bad names, okay? And the children actually listening, they're listening. And, oh, thank you, Noor, said everything you say is gold. Thank you, Noor. Thank you for your kind words. So they are listening to you, and then you demand respect from them, and you don't repeat the words. Why? How come? Halima said listening with Yusuf. Oh, thank you. Salam, Yusuf and Halima. So we need to model to our children to be respectful, to be nice, to be kind, to be gentle, and to be compassionate, because they learn from us and they internalize everything we do, not we say, not just what we say. Because you can say whatever, but your actions are the one they are internalizing. And if they see you when you are mad and angry, you just lash out, and then you expect them to be in control. One thing that I really love, so when we were younger, we were, you know, in our generation, like, you're not supposed to say no or talk back or argue or say you don't like something. You just say yes, okay? And then when we go out in public and we will be questioned, why didn't you talk? Why didn't you say your opinion? Why didn't you do this? Why can't you speak in public? Really? We learned this from home. If I am unable to say my opinion, to share how I feel with you, if you don't give me time at home to share my feelings, how would you expect me to display that outside of the house? So it's not magic. It's not magic. Like at home, we raise our children to be timid and shy. They cannot talk, they cannot respond, they don't share their opinions, they don't share their feelings. They cannot do anything, and then we expect them to do exactly the opposite outside of the house. How would they do that? It's not magic. We're asking for the impossible. So the child will be like in a bind. You know, I don't know, should I be timid? Should I be shy or not? Where? And why outside the house, not inside the house? All of these questions. So when we are raising our children in the same manner that we were raised when we were younger, we're going to fail miserably. And it's going to give a very bad results. Especially now with all the social media and all the connections and a different time, and people are encouraged to express their feelings. I mean, we really need to be practical and realistic. Saba is watching. Oh, thank you, Saba, for watching. So it's important to be consistent and to have integrity. You know, this has to do with integrity. If I am asking my child to be respectful, but I am disrespectful to everything, there is a lack of integrity here. I am asking someone, hey Sabah, thank you for watching. If I am displaying something different when I am asking for, I'm not being fair. I'm not displaying integrity. I'm not teaching my child what is the right action in certain situations. Anger management is a big thing. I mean, when a father comes or a mother comes and they're yelling and screaming, I think as a son, every parent can use every father to understand that every child has different goals, emotions, ambition. They should respect their son's needs. Yes, we need to respect our children's needs. We need to respect our children's opinions. We don't have to agree. Respect. We can respectfully disagree. Ultimately, the parents are the parents, and they are the authority in the house, yes. But with displaying this authority, we need to be respectful and mindful and compassionate and kind. Authority does not mean to be aggressive and to be disrespectful. There is a balance that we need to strike. So, when we also, there's another point I have here, provide a single warning. So when we are, don't put a lot of things in one sentence. Don't confuse the child. Like, for instance, I want you to do this, and if you don't do that, I'm gonna take your laptop or your phone from you. Use a single warning, a very simple way. Be very direct and simple. Be mindful of their capabilities of taking things in. You did not do your room, you didn't do your homework, you didn't pray, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Stick to the priorities and pick one battle at a time. You cannot bombard someone with a lot of things. They're not going to do any of that. So you need to also avoid repeating and the warnings over and over and over and being like boring. So you want to have a system. You want to have a system in the house. I need you to do, and they know that you are consistent. So for instance, today you are feeling good, okay? So I want you to do your room, and he or she did not do it, so it's okay. Today I am okay, I'm gonna let it go. Tomorrow I am mad, and I have a lot of stressors going on in my life. So now I'm gonna scream and yell because you need to do it right now. So what happened to yesterday? We need to be consistent. We cannot let something go today and be like a disaster tomorrow. We cannot act as if something is a big deal today. Saba says so true. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So if something is important, it should be important all the time. If something is not important, it should be not important all the time. So we need to be consistent. We cannot just tell them, it's not depending on our mood. And by the way, they read that. They are very smart and they can detect that. So they know you are mad today. She's mad today, Just let her calm down. It's like they will be the one who are managing us. So if they think that because you are mad you are enforcing these rules, that means they don't really get the idea that those are the rules of the house. It's just because she is mad. Tomorrow it will be okay. So this is not discipline. This is emotional reactivity. And there's a huge difference between emotional reactivity and discipline. Discipline is consistent, is kind, assertive, continuous, and respectful. So are we modeling that for our parents? Of course, we are not saying that we are perfect. We just need to be good enough. No one is perfect. And we default to our patterns, we have our own issues. That's understandable. But we need to understand that for the most part, we need to be consistent. And we need to own responsibility when we do mistakes. I tell my daughter, if you need to go to therapy, I will pay for it, just go. And if you have something, tell me. I will gladly apologize. Because I think we cannot claim that we are perfect. We cannot claim that. And we need to be human and to be humble. And when our children see that, they will feel that they are connected with us to come and talk to us. Like, I would love, like, when my daughter comes to me and tells me, like, I don't want to do this. Or for instance, yeah, you're coming to visit me at the dorm, but I only have 1 hour. I really cannot go and have dinner with you. Oh, I would not be able to do that, to say that to my mother when I was younger. Absolutely not. The whole system, the whole program is not mine. It's not me for me to schedule the system. But with my daughter, this is what we learned, because this was the social context when we were younger. Time has changed and we need to recognize this. So we need to respect them. So when she says, for instance, Mama, I can spend only 1 hour with you because I have to do work and I don't want to go out and I'm tired. I'm grateful for the 1 hour. Thank God she gave me an hour. I'm grateful for it. So then if I stick and I'm respectful of her time, she will be encouraged to see me again. She will not do excuses. She will not tell me, give me those excuses that I don't want to see you, I'm busy. We all do that, don't we? Don't we use excuses when we don't want to do something? And we want to do something, we just rush to it? I want my daughter to rush to see me, to want to see me. Not to feel obligated, obliged to see me because I'm going to be mad and I'm going to be on her case. This is not love. Do you want your children to love you or to treat you well out of duty or out of love? This is a question we parents need to ask ourselves. If you're gonna bring this culture for the literature or the whatever religious things or whatever a cultural thing that you need to listen, you need to do this. If you don't do this, it's gonna happen. Do you want to do that, or don't say any of this? They know it. They learn it, but you want to act based on love. Love. You want her or you want them to come to see you because they love you. They want to be with you. They feel safe. You know the word safe. Emotionally safe. How many of us don't feel safe around their parents? How many of our children don't feel safe? How many of us don't even tell our parents most of the stuff we go through in our lives? We can say that I am worried about them, or I don't want to tell them because of this or because of that. But you want to have a safe place with your parent, with your mother, with your father, to say whatever comes to your mind. You want to have that safe space, non-judgmental space. Because, you know, when someone feels non-judged and they can tell you anything, this will change them. They will think about it. Like, for instance, if you tell your child, don't do this, 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 and they go and do it anyway, and of course, you know the concept, you know what happens? They come to you. So it's your choice then. Do you tell them, I told you so? Or, yeah, I know it can be painful. Tell me what happened, blah, blah, blah. 9 out of 10, they will tell you, you know, you told me, but I didn't listen. If you are compassionate, that needs a lot of self-constraint. I'm telling you, this is not easy. This is not easy. But if we are sitting there and giving them that right to do mistakes, they can do mistakes. I'm not saying that a child crossing the street, let them bear the consequences, because no, I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about life-threatening stuff. No, I'm talking about regular stuff. So we want to think about that, and each family is different, but you want to have this fundamental. One of my friends, very close friends of mine, and she told me, once she mentioned that you want to parent out of love or out of fear. And that's a very powerful statement. Ask yourself that. You want to parent out of love or out of fear? So there is another point I have here. Use restitution. So for instance, if Layla is watching, hey Layla, thank you for watching. So for instance, if your child broke something for his sibling, whatever it, sorry is not enough sometimes. You want to do something. You want to teach them that there are consequences. Because sorry, it's easy to say, I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. Don't they do that? And then they go on with their lives. Nothing happened. But for instance, when you tell them, no, I need you to fix what you broke. Go and fix it. If it's not fixable, you have to pay for it. So for instance, I give you $20. I like all of your thoughts. Oh, thank you, Layla. Thank you for watching and for nice and kind words. So, okay, I give you every week, for instance, let's give you an example, $5. I'm going to deduct, for instance, $1 or $2 of that every week until you pay off what you broke. Okay? Then they feel that this is serious. It's saying just I'm sorry, because you know you want to teach them the natural consequences of, like for instance, in life. Can we just, for instance, if you have an interview and you were late half an hour, can you tell the manager or the human resources, sorry, I'm here now? No, they will not. Halima said, I do that. When they break something out of anger, they have to pay for it. Excellent, excellent. They need to learn that you need to manage your own anger. You cannot spill your anger on someone else's. If you are angry, there are ways to manage your anger on your own. You cannot just spill that on other people. It's not their fault. People should not pay for your own fault, for your, anger. So yeah, so if you are in a again to that example, if you are in an interview, if you missed the interview, you missed it. You can say I'm sorry, you can send an email, but this is not going to change the fact that you missed the slot that was assigned to you. Your appointment was from 1 to 2. You arrived at 2, you missed your slot, and 2 o'clock there is someone else. If they are gracious enough to reschedule that appointment, if you have like really some, like maybe an accident that really stopped the road and you couldn't, maybe they will be understanding. But in general, if you are just late because, I don't know, you just woke up late, they're not going to give you another chance maybe. So we want to teach our children the normal natural consequences of their behaviors. So if they are used to watch a movie or certain things at night, at 9 o'clock, whatever, I'm just giving an example, and they did not really do their chores at home, or they did not finish their homework, there is no show. And that's consistent. So you need to be consistent. They cannot be, oh yeah, it's okay, today you are happy, so it's okay, you can come watch it, you can do your homework later on. If we are not consistent, then someone says my family is well educated, but they don't respect my choice. Well, that happens, and those are, different families have different dynamics, so that's more like an individual case that needs to be addressed. And it happens. People can be educated and can still, when it comes to parenting, they can be lacking some skills. So because of culture, because of misconceptions or beliefs, or because of the way they were parented. And by the way, why did I study psychology? Because mainly, and I mentioned that a couple of times before, it's for my daughter, because I found myself repeating the same patterns that I swore that I will not repeat. And I was so puzzled. I was so upset with myself. How on earth I'm doing the same things? And that's why I went to marriage and family therapy. It actually was totally personal. It was not about being a therapist. I was in pharmaceutical industry. I was working with consulting. It was not my field. But then I fell in love with it after I studied that. So it was because of I wanted to work on my, Halima said therapy helps. Absolutely, therapy helps. I enrolled myself in therapy for years, and I still have a therapist. So therapy is needed, is sometimes required, is essential to work through stuff. We need to. So when we are angry, we default to our patterns, and then we feel that we are out of control. And this is what we need to treat, because when we are calm, everyone is a captain. Everyone is nice. The issue is when we are angry. So this is what we need to resolve. When we are angry, we need to be in control when we are actually in action, when we are angry. That's why we need to go to therapy. So if you feel that you are repeating patterns that are, when you are calmed down, you really regret, then you need to seek some help. You need to see what is the root of that. What's happening? What are you internalizing? What is the belief system? What's going on inside of? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? For instance, if they are like, I have an issue, and I know I have an issue with being on time. For instance, I need to be. Noor Mosawi is watching. Oh, thank you for watching. I need to be on time, on the dot, okay? And this is an area of conflict between me and my daughter, because she's more relaxed. And when we had that last weekend, I think, and I was upset because she was late and I wanted her to be on time, and then, why are you late? And Salam Noor, thank you for watching. And then after, I learned this about myself, that when I am angry, so I'm just kind of like, I try to be calm, and then we had a conversation about it, and she told me, yeah, I know. As Noor said, thank you so much for welcoming me. Barakallahu fika. Oh, thank you for watching. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Thank you for your for kind words. So, and we talked about it, and she said, well, I know, this is an event that takes a lot, from this time to this time. There is no appointment, like there is no hard stop or something really. You don't have something really important after that. So I thought maybe I have some flexibility. And I said, oh, yeah, you're right. And I was wrong. So it's kind of like taught me a lesson that, okay, I'm supposed to be on time. I don't have to be rigid about it. And I know where my rigidity comes from my own childhood. I know I can be like, and she knows. So I explained to her, I communicated with my daughter, and she knows. So there is this communication going back and forth. So when I am like in that spot, and I tell her, tell me you are acting this way, tell me, because again, we are not perfect, but we need to be aware. We need to be open for feedback. Like when my daughter says, you're acting like a typical whatever. And I said, oh yeah, I am. And I told her, please tell me when I am acting like a typical, traditional, old-fashioned mother, tell me. And it took her some time, but then she started telling me that, and that strengthened our relationship. It's not about having a perfect relationship. It's about having a close, connected relationship. Like, is your child able to come to you and tell you, I don't like this. I don't agree with that. You annoyed me with this. You did this to me. And are they able to say that? Reem said, I am the same. I would like to be on time. Otherwise, I will get upset. And this is from my childhood. Yes. Yeah. If I'm not upset, I get very mad, very angry, and it's like I feel like it's disrespectful, and I know exactly where is that from my childhood, and I communicated that with my daughter. Okay, because it's good to be on time, but there's certain time when, for instance, there's an event from 2 to 7 and everyone is welcome, so it's not like I have to be at 2 o'clock. So you need to actually gauge, why are you mad? What is it in your own childhood that not being on time, what does that mean to you? What people have told you when you were late? You were careless, disrespectful, and I'm not happy with you. I don't want to take you somewhere because not on time. Whatever that is. I remember myself even crying at this age. I was in a therapy session about ice cream that I didn't get when I was 8. That meant something for me. Not getting the ice cream meant something for me. And it wasn't silly. I am now at my age. I was crying in that therapy session about that ice cream. It's not about the ice cream. It's about what that meant. What kind of thing I internalized about my beliefs, about myself, about my worthiness. Am I worthy? I felt like I was not worthy of that ice cream. But when we feel unworthy, it does not just stick with the ice cream. It kind of like I give like a general statement. I am not worthy in general. So what kind of belief system we are internalizing from childhood? I'm not saying that we are bashing our parents. Parents are trying to do their best, okay? But sometimes their best is not enough. Sometimes the culture, the time, the generation is different. So what worked before or not worked before might not work now. So we need to be mindful, open, and flexible and understanding. You wanna think of the goal. What is the goal? Noor said true. This is very true. Thank you, Noor. So we want to know, what is the goal of your relationship with your child? Do you have a goal? What is the goal? My goal, for instance, I want to have a loving, connected relationship with my daughter. I only have one daughter. May Allah bless her and bless all of your children. I only have one child. Okay. I want to have a loving, transparent, connected relationship with my daughter. And I want her to love me. I don't want her to do anything to me out of obligation. This is my goal. What is your goal? It just breaks my heart when I see people at my practice and he or she disrespectful, and the religion says this and the culture says this and we are used to that. Is this? Ameen, yes, Ameen, Reem. Is this what's all about? Is this what you want? We always need to have a goal of our relationship, whether it's with our spouses, our children, the people around us. Best friends? What is your goal? What do you want out of this relationship? So we want to also, Halima said same. Yeah, absolutely. So also we want to be mindful of something. The children might take 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. So it's not because, okay, well, you listened to me for 2 days and now you're not listening. Now you are back to your old ways. Now you're just dismissing everything. But if you reframe that and think of it as, okay, this is work in progress. They are trying to change. They're trying to be polite, okay? So look at it as they are struggling. Tracy is watching. Thank you for watching, Tracy. So if our children are looking at them as they are growing, learning, they can do mistakes, they can maybe succeed in one part and fail in another part, that's okay. That's okay, because it's just a work in progress. Any relationship is a work in progress. There is no destination. It's not like a destination. It's like a ongoing thing. We're growing and they're growing, And so a relationship is always changing, and we need to be flexible and adaptable. So if we are consistent, calm, and respectful, and we are looking at it as a work in progress journey, then we will get better results. Most important thing is we want to be a good role model. So if we are not a good role model to our children, they're gonna learn the bad behaviors from us. If they see you yelling and screaming at the restaurant, if they are seeing you screaming and yelling at the helper in the backyard or whatever, they're gonna learn from that, and they're gonna do the same thing. So we need to be. It's like you are always on the spot when you are around your children. Okay? So you want to be mindful. That's why parenting is hard work. You are not yourself because you want to be mindful, you want to be respectful, loving, firm, assertive, but kind and compassionate at the same time, and to restrain your own emotional reactivity. That's a lot of things to do. So you want to look at it as the burden of that is on the parent, not the child. So we want to reevaluate how we are parenting. Reem said, I believe my kids teach me how to be a better person. Being a parent is actually the key. The other person said, I think most of the problem happens by our parents misleading. Sometimes, in some cases, yes. I think once we become parents, there is no return from that. There is no point of return from that. They actually teach us how to discipline ourselves, how to grow, how to change. Parenting is a huge test for us. And if we don't look at it this way, then we are actually missing the point. We need to parent out of love. We need to, what I call it from my program, scream-free parenting. Screaming does not work. Does not work. Never works. Not with our children, not with our spouses, not with anyone. Noor said, it's a blessing indeed to be a better human for us. Absolutely. We are required actually to be a better human. We are required to work on ourselves. This is part of our journey. And parenting forces us to do that. So I wish everyone a wonderful evening. If you like this video, please hit like and share. I will download it on my YouTube channel so you can subscribe. Iram Razi Imam is watching. Thank you for watching. I am at the end of the program, but you can watch it afterwards. It will be posted on my Facebook page, and the personal and the professional. It will be also downloaded on my YouTube. And you can watch there, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will post the link. So Noor said, my kids are behind me and listening to you smiling because they heard me saying to them as well. We love this video. Thank you. Thank you so much, Noor. Yeah, I hope this was helpful for everyone, for the parents and the children. And we all want to have loving, connected relationship in our households. We want to give love and receive love from everyone. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. Okay, good night.